film is based on the books by Lee Child, sold over 60 million copies around the world. Is that why you decided to take on this role, because you were a fan of the books?
Yeah, I love the books. I've read all of them. And, you know, it was just a great character to play. The way he wrote those books, you know, they're such page turners, and he wrote them in a way that you just saw that they were supposed to be movies. And, you know, I felt very grateful, you know, to be able to have the chance to do it.
Now, in the book, Jack Reacher is 6'5" and 200 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
So when you
200 plus pounds.
200 plus pounds,
Yeah.
which is a big ask for anyone.
I know.
When you were cast, some fans were slightly dubious.
Yeah.
Does that annoy you when they haven't even seen the film?
No, listen, they're passionate about the character, and I like that. And the thing is that I always felt, you know what, that's a characteristic and not his character, because there's much more to this guy. He's just, you know, he's kind of Sherlock Holmes, or you know, I look at it as kind of this analog character in a digital age. You know, the fascinating thing is not just his brute force, which is represented in the film, but also his, you know, his intellect and his wit. And the movie, it's enormously entertaining. It's an enormously entertaining character and read, but also I feel in the film, audiences are going to be surprised how much they're going to laugh and enjoy the ride of the movie.
You've been in the UK filming another film for quite a while.
Yeah, all you need is kill. I've been here for almost 5 months.
And you were at the Manchester Derby yesterday. What was that like?
That was great. What a great, that was, you know, in all the years I've been here, I've been making movies in England for 30 years. This is the first chance I had to go to a football match. And I follow the football, you know, and so it was great. It was an amazing game.
So was that because of David Beckham, because you're friends with David Beckham?
I started watching Beckham when he first started playing, you know, and then I met him years after when he was playing for Real Madrid, but I always used to watch his games when I was here.
Do you still see a lot of him?
Yeah, we do, you know, in texts, and, you know, we're great friends.
And you were also in Trafalgar Square very recently. The whole thing was closed down, and you helicoptered in.
That was amazing. I felt very lucky that they allowed us to do that. It's amazing for the movie. What a shot. We had, you know, I got to fly with the RAF and those helicopters. It was amazing. It's going to be great for the film too.
Now, in this country, we're talking a lot about press intrusion at the moment because of the In this country, we're talking a lot about press intrusion because of the Leveson inquiry. You're obviously such an enormous star around the world. Do you
Has that ever happened to me?
Wow, has that? Of course. I was going to say,
no, I'm so lucky. I've never had any problems there. None whatsoever. None.
You should come here. What I was going to say is, do you think that the press should be curtailed at all? What's your take on it?
Look, you know what, I just live my life and make my movies, and I think that, you know, you just hope that people would be responsible, you know, obviously. So, yeah, you know, just be responsible.
And there are 17 books in this series. Have you signed up for all of them?
Yes, and the future ones, you know. You know, it's something that, you know, I'm proud of this one, and I can't wait for people to see it, and if they want us to make another one, I'd love to play the character again. It's such a great character. Like Mission Impossible, and it's a different experience. And the way that Lee wrote the books is that he really goes on these different journeys, and there's different landscapes, and yet, you know, they're just great page turners. So if people enjoy it, I'd love to make another one.
Thank you so much for your time. Your fans want to see you.
It's great to see you.
Thank you so much.
And have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. And you too, Mr. Tom Cruise.